I welcome you all to the Crypto Singh Show, and my name is Gunpreet Singh. And what's happening with the Bitcoin pricing? Are we up? Are we down? What's happening? And where is the bottom? And what is our next step? Well, everything in today's show. Before we move on, please do like, share, and subscribe. What's happening with the Bitcoin pricing? It's been pumping up right now. Now, does this pumping up make sense for us? Should we invest or should we wait? Well, in my opinion, what's happening is something which we need to understand, that Bitcoin is still at a price where I think we will be going down, and down means I think we're going around 12,000 and 9,000. Now, the going down never happens in one straight line. We will have some pump, we will have some dump. Now, this is like a slow poison. It's slowly going to reach around 9,000. Now, what are we trying to do over here? Is trying to do a DCA, which is dollar cost averaging. And I think 9,000 is the bottom, because I personally think that we are in a long winter. Now, after FTX, please try and understand what has this FTX actually done to the entire market space. Now, what happens to Sam Bankman-Fried is not something that I am concerned with, because look, a lot of people have already lost the money. Now, the point is, what is next and how would this actually work out? Now, I don't think we're going in a bull market for a long time. Now, why I don't think that is till we don't get regulations. Because regulations are something that we really require for these markets to get back to its normalcy and hit the all-time highs. Now, if you are saying that 20,000, 30,000, 40,000 Bitcoin is what you're looking at, then fair enough, this market is fine. But if we are talking about millions of dollars of Bitcoin, we need regulations to be a part of this. Now, with FTX going down, I can assure you the bigger money will not get into this market. Now, these pumps and dumps would keep coming. The market is going to have its own relief rally and then again a dump. Again, I personally see this as a relief rally. But again, this is a small picture which I'm seeing. For the larger picture, I'm still seeing prices going down. Now, I do see prices going down, and I do see that we need regulations for the markets to even survive. But let me be very clear on certain aspect in what's happening in this market and what should we do and how we should do it. Now, there are certain coins which I think will survive this Bitcoin winter or the crypto winter. Now, whichever coin survives this winter, it could be ADA, it could be Matic, it could be any other coin, leaving Bitcoin and Ethereum, because those two are, of course, we know they are going to survive. But these coins, if they actually survive, then all of these coins which are going to survive the crypto winter, understand that they're going to be thousands and millions of money to be poured into these projects. Now, the money is waiting on the sidelines to be poured into the crypto market. So let me tell you this, that the faith in the crypto market is not really gone. It is there. Everyone believes in this technology. So the belief is there in the technology. I think the faith is in terms of regulations, is something that they need. Now, if that comes in, the belief is there in the technology and there is development in the technology. There is money on the sidelines for this technology waiting to get into these projects. Now, these projects, from my opinion, be it any project right now, and mark my words, any project will actually give you returns which would be massive. It's now a game of patience. And this is where I personally think is your patience is gonna play out. Because look, this chart has never happened before, and I had been saying that we are going down. we did go down. Now that we are already down, what is our next step is what I'm trying to explain here. Certain projects, you can put in your money into it. Again, I would strongly recommend DCA, dollar cost averaging, at this point of time. There's nothing better than DCAing in a bear market. Now, when does this bear market end? I think 6 months. Give it 6 months. I think 6 months is where the bear market is going to end, and around another 6 months where I think we are going to start getting back into bull market. Now, bull does not mean the peak bull, because it means the starting, like, how we have been getting down to it slowly, steadily is exactly how we will start getting up slowly, steadily, and then we would start peaking and then it would just blast off. But all of these things again depends on regulations. I don't think that money is, and I've been talking about regulations since a long time because I personally believe regulations is a good thing. Now, why regulations is good? Because you have to understand all of this money would be lost otherwise, because anyone can do anything, right? It's like we're trying to promote decentralized product in a centralized world. Now the thing is, we need regulation somewhere. These exchanges did exactly what they shouldn't have done, and they were acting as the saviors of the cryptocurrencies or the blockchain, but they're actually the devils. And I have been saying that these guys, I mean, how many times have you actually seen me saying that these guys are there to earn money? They're not here for charity. Why do you think these referral codes are given then? If it's charity, then just give it for free. Then you are into a decentralized world. But look, there are kickbacks to everything that we see and we do. So we have to be aware of what these things are. Saying that, there's a lot of commercial activities that goes on, and we need a regulation on that. So we are somewhere also in the centralized world, and we need a control over the centralized exchanges. So for that, you need regulations. So regulations comes in and the institutions start pouring their money into it. Now, a lot of these projects, I repeat, a lot of these projects would actually fade away because of the liquidity crunch. Now, it's like liquidity is something that I told you the first day that the FTX downfall came, that now there's going to be liquidity crunch. Now everyone is talking about it. I told you on the first day. Now, what would this liquidity crunch do? Liquidity crunch would segregate, or what will happen now? You as a human, what would you do? You've been following crypto since a long time, isn't it? Now, what is it that you are doing? Now, in your mind, you would be thinking, look, I am not putting my money anywhere else other than Bitcoin or Ethereum or one coin more, right? Probably before FTX, you were thinking about 10 coins or 12 coins, if I'm not wrong. Now, what does this mean? The human psyche works exactly the same way. And tell me if I'm wrong. I mean, do comment below and tell me if exactly this is what you were thinking. So, how does the human psychology work is that we are going to consolidate our money into few projects, which means what? That other projects would be left to starve for money. Now, the other projects also need money to run their business, but there is not going to be money in that projects. So because all of this money is going to go to some top projects. Now, people are going to invest into quality in these times. So the other projects are going to fade away, which means that we will see a lot of these projects going away. I don't know if Solana will make it. I don't know if certain projects would make it. But the liquidity crunch, they are going to be hit hard, because this liquidity crunch is not here for a month or two. I think it's a longer period of time. The liquidity crunch would stay for about a year. Now, I mean, is it contradictory that we are going to get into a bear market and I say 6 months for the bear and then a bull? No. Basically, what I mean is that about 5 to 6 months for the bottoming of the market and then a reversal. Now, bottoming does not mean that we could go down as consolidation for a month or two in that kind of a pricing. We could go down 3 months of consolidation, right? Now, that is consolidation. Now, the bull market does not start there. The bull market starts much later than that, actually. And again, if the regulations take time, these markets are not going to get the institutional money, which means the big money is not coming in. Small money is fine. So, 10% here and there, and all these pumps and dumps would keep on going. So for the bigger money to come in, to roll in, we need regulations. And try and understand, when the bigger money would come in, I don't think they're going into any other project than Ethereum or Bitcoin. So you will see these projects really going wild in terms of pricing. They will, in a year or two, it's a game of patience now. Now is the time that you need to tell yourself that that's it. This is where you need patience. This is what you need to do now. Now, patience is something that we need to realize. Patience is something we need to have a discipline. So now you need self-discipline. Now you need to understand that everyone is saying this market is going to zero. This is where we start buying our product, because when markets are going to zero, fair enough. Now let's compare it to the previous cycles. Now if you compare it to previous cycles, well, the markets were worse than what this is today, right? I mean, you had no idea about even countries or even few companies accepting it. I mean, there was probably a bigger fight that was there in the last cycle. This cycle, we're fighting for regulation, not for acceptability. People have accepted it. It's again regulations. So last cycle was a fight for acceptability. So, and a previous cycle before then, the last cycle, was a fight for penetrating the market, even just getting into the market, then acceptability. Now you have regulation, and then after this you would have a proper market, which will volatility will not be a huge part of that market, because there would be a lot of money flowing into it. So saying that, start DCing it. I think around 12,000, 13,000, every 1,000, start to dollar cost averaging, start putting your money into it. But be aware that certain projects would just go, would just go off the roof once regulation comes in. Because again, those 10 projects or 20 projects are going to get 80% of the market share. 20% will go in the other projects, but this 80% of the market share will go in those top 10 or 20 projects, I could say. So you have to realize that now is the time that you will actually get returns on these projects very soon. But very soon again means a year and a half, but have patience and just hang in there, and these markets will come back and get you what you want in terms of returns. People have gone through much worse, and we are right now in a market where I think we're still at a better position. We're waiting for the regulations to come in, not the acceptability. Once the regulations come in, the money is actually kept on sidelines. It will immediately start pouring in. So that means acceptability is pretty much there. It's the regulations people are waiting for. It's the regulations people are scared for. So this is what is my view on the current market situation or the scenario, and I hope you're liking the content. If you're liking the content, please do like, share and subscribe. Also, we have our in-studio interviews live now, and you can go check that out. My first interview with Abhinav Garg, who is CEO of blockticket.io, and then we have other interviews coming on. So do tune in to our channel and do subscribe to our channel. Signing off, Gunpreet Singh from the Crypto Singh Show. Take care. Bye bye.